Hey YouTube, so here we are again painting another rooster. I start with a sketch and then I block out using my darks. I mix ultramarine blue and burnt umber to get this dark. It's not black. And I just kind of go in here and then I block everything in where my dark needs to go. I used to make an underpainting, but I found that I would waste a lot of time making underpainting and working out my values from a sketch where I had already worked out my values, and I would waste time painting and then repainting and then repainting over the top of it. And the painting I would end up painting over the top of my underpainting would usually be different slightly from underpainting, so I gave up on making underpaintings. Now usually what I do is just make a sketch and come in and block everything out like I am now. So now I'm going to get into these feathers slightly and just get in there and start smashing some of this dark paint in to get my darkest value. I usually work from dark to lights, so everything is going to get smashed. With this dark paint, I'll work back and forth with different values of reds and browns over the top of this and just blend back and forth for a little bit. This is wet into wet, allá, prima. So the only mediums that I use are liquid. And I mix that into my dark, and then I'll drop in a drop or two of linseed oil just to get it to a pasty consistency, kind of like toothpaste. So I want my darker values to set up or get tacky faster than the lighter values, so that way I can paint those on top of the dark. So I mix in liquid. So I do jump around a bit throughout the painting, and that's only because I'm trying to get this dark value in where it needs to be, so I could get into my mid-tones and then follow up with my lighter tones and my highlights at the very end. So now here I start to identify feathers and other parts of the rooster with mid-tones. So I start going in there with some browns and mix brown with red and kind of get myself a mid-tone because I'm going to use red, and I need to start separating the different tones of red that I'm going to use. So now I come in here with this is a #1 script liner brush to get more detailed edges and stuff. And I start putting in, I think it's just raw red. I think the only two brushes that I use is a #4 bristle flat and then a #2 filbert and this #1 script liner. Those are the only 3 brushes I use to make this painting. It looks like now I start applying some lighter tones, and I'll just start working back and forth through my darkest tones and my mids and my light tones. You'll see me apply the highlights at the very end. So let's get through the rest of this video.